Hi,
Hi.
I'm Mo.
Hello, I'm Jenoa.
And we are here having the sex talk. Today we're going to talk about orgy etiquette.
This is very important,
Yes.
I feel like.
Group sex, orgy.
An orgy is defined as more than 3 people because a threesome would be a menage a trois would be 3. So if you had 4, it's suddenly an orgy.
It's suddenly an orgy.
I love it.
So what are the rules? One that you had brought up was like making sure that if someone is being left out of the group, trying to invite them back in.
Right, just be aware. Just, you don't have to caretake, but just be aware if you see someone sitting off to the side for a while, make sure that they're not being left out. Sometimes they just want to watch, which is fun.
Voyeurism.
That's right.
We like that.
Sometimes they're just taking a breather because they're tired.
Yeah. I mean, sex isn't this like thing where you have to be in it all the time. I think breaks are great.
Yeah.
Recharge your batteries, get your arousal back up, start thinking about sexy stuff again, watching 2 other, 3 other, 4 other people, like getting it on can be really hot.
Very hot. Yeah.
So
another rule that I was thinking of is don't monopolize one person for too long. Like, don't just like you and one person you kind of have a crush on spend 2 hours by yourself in a corner or whatever. Like, that's not cool.
Yeah.
You could have done that by yourself.
It's interesting that you bring that up because it feels like one person likes someone, the other person likes another person, and there's this like tag team thing going on.
Chasing.
And I think it's important to sort of like recognize you're in a group situation. You can potentially be with that person on your own at another time. And in this situation, everybody is enjoying everybody.
Yeah, it should be equal.
But a lot of times group sex situations happen and 2 people get put together that normally wouldn't hook up.
True.
And that would like to. And all of a sudden that they're in a situation where they get to. And so they start acting on that. And so that can be tricky waters to maneuver.
I guess the opposite of that would be 2 people who are in a situation where they normally wouldn't hook up.
Right.
And they're like, hi, how are you? I'm good, yeah.
Yeah. And it's not always like that where it's that kind of like swapping situation, A lot of times everybody can be enjoying each other at the same time.
And I guess that's really at the end of the day, that's what you want your goal to be, is that you have equal time and get to have experiences with different people, and that it flows naturally, that nobody's controlling anything, but you're aware.
Yeah.
Be in the moment.
Yeah.
Make sure nobody's left out.
Yeah.
And
if swapping is what everybody's into doing, then go for it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be that way either.
Oh, and finding out what people's boundaries are, safe sex, all that stuff, really important. Communicating.
Really important.
If you end up in a situation where you're having group sex and you don't know these people's boundaries, you got to find a way to talk about that stuff.
The use of safe words is always important before going into it. Like there's at least some discussion of it. I know everybody's anti the huge discussions because it takes away from the spontaneity, but sometimes you do have to have those discussions.
Consent is sexy, and sometimes
knowledge
you have
is
to
power.
talk about it. Yeah, you got to find a way to non-awkwardly talk about the things you need to talk about while getting it on in a hot and sexy way. There's a way to do it, and you just have to do it.
Do it. So
do it with a lot of people on the sex talk.
Yeah, safely.
Yes.
On the sex talk.